McCullough said that's a human bone. And I don't think does it matter if we touch it?
I mean, they're gonna grind. It's just they're gonna grind off the surface anyway.
I've already touched it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're gonna have to, because they don't know whose handle it.
This
So
is what we
typically,
found at Tom's cabin, and Dr. McCullough said that that is a human spinal column bone. And we believe he was moved, and we have a divining rock, and the cadaver dogs have said that there were human remains under Tom's cabin. So we don't want to say on camera where he's buried, but then this is the other bone that we found, and she doesn't know the anatomy. And Dr. McCullough was supposed to be here at 10 o'clock, but I'm sure because of the storms, he didn't come. So those are our two bones. And these are all sorts of things we found underneath the cabin. We've been sifting, just like an archaeological dig, just so that we did things right.
Good.
Okay, so you want to just have you.
Right.
I'm just gonna sit down then and just. Brent has seen these, but you haven't, and then. So you kind of know what you're working on, right?
This is just further evidence, but and stuff.
Okay, Brent, you're welcome to come and be.
Well, you go ahead. It's all stuff I think you gave me copies of. So
Okay.
yeah, appreciate it. I just got to make a couple of calls.
You bet. Okay. So these are $3,000 anthropology reports by Dr. John McCullough. This is William Thaddeus Phillips of Spokane, Washington.
okay.
He has a welt on the front of his chin because he went to Paris, France and had a facelift. They cut him here, they pushed his jawline back, and they did his nose and ears. Okay. So this is Butch Cassidy when he was 17 years old. And this is the lips match, the eyes match, the measurements match, the nose, ears, and jawline don't match. And in the Banded Invincible document that you just saw, William Thaddeus Phillips typed that up, or his wife typed it up. It says in there, Butch went to Paris, France, and had a facelift. And he didn't even recognize himself.
Wow.
So that's science. And then we have the family stories, then we have timelines, and you have our books. So, how when Tim Coopersmith of Sorensen Forensics helped us, we had to have these scientific reports, the photo transparencies by Dr. John McCullough. That's the Sundance Kid in the Fort Worth 5. That's William Henry Long of Duchesne, Utah. We had to have this in order to get legal permission. You know, kind of just cause. Why do you want to dig up this guy? And that's 100%. That William Henry Long, Bill and Bill, is an alias for Harry Alonzo Longabout, the Sundance Kid.
Okay.
So it's a chain of evidence that, and no one in history has been able to prove who at a place is. This is at a place from the wedding picture taken in New York with Sundance and Etta. This is Ann Bassett, the Sundance Kid's first girlfriend. And that's a perfect match. Probably should have had you filming from behind.
Right.
So that just, it makes me feel better that you know that we're doing something really historical and really important, that we have the science, we have this DNA, if this really works, yay, we've been all praying, then we will change history. He was the most famous outlaw in the West. He stole, and only in a 10-year period, he stole an equivalent today of $2.5 million. And he's famous for his horses. You'll see in the movie, when you see Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, you'll see that he had relay horses, and he was friendly, and everybody loved him, and he gave gold coins to poor people. So I also have many more mysteries. Jesus' wife, Jesus' church. Princess Diana was murdered. We have Journey to the Center of the Earth. China had a 256-year-old man that I will do a book, a movie, and a documentary. Bobby Kennedy was definitely killed by Johnson, and I have all the details. A fellow has given me footage inside that has been slowed down, and Kennedy was killed from inside. And we have Marilyn Monroe's diary. That everybody murdered Marilyn. See that darn diary. And my next project will be Amelia Earhart. We have a letter that's in Dallas that we want DNA tested on.
Okay.
And she died at 82 in New Jersey. But that's never been proven, so we'll be the first people to prove that. And then my daughter-in-law wants me to do Aging with Grace by Marilyngrace. And this will be our biggest book and movie deal ever. Hitler, I know where Hitler's buried. A lady's come forward with her story. And we can get DNA off of his illegitimate children.
That's what I was going to ask you about, because anytime you talk about DNA, you know, you can always get a profile, but you have to have something to compare it to. So,
we have his illegitimate children. I have the whole story. And people have been, that's scary, you know, the government cover up. Once you reveal something, you don't need to be afraid of anything. And the DNA will prove this. We'll keep it top secret. We'll reveal it. Let's say that the DNA works out with Butch Cassidy. I have, my publicist will get me on Good Morning America. This will be world news with Butch Cassidy. And then we'll just go on to our other projects. The credibility in my 21 years with Butch and Sundance will give me credibility on Amelia. And then I don't have a cover, but Lindbergh, I solved the Lindbergh mystery. It's not pretty. He was a Hitler enthusiast. He ordered the murder of his own baby because he was handicapped. He believed in the perfect race. He went to France. Lindbergh went to France, and there are children coming forward now. They're probably my age. They have their DNA, and they're Lindbergh's babies. 7 of them.
Wow. Okay.
So it's just fun, isn't it, to know the truth?
Sure.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. And we're just, this is the beginning of the adventure. And we'll figure out those bones later. We first want this DNA.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.